But we still got to talk about our what's more likelies as we head into this United States Grand Prix. It's a fun little segment that Kevin and I have been doing for the last, about a month now, heading into each Grand Prix weekend.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out, what's more likely as we watch this race this upcoming weekend. Kevin's got 2 questions. I've got 2 questions. Kevin Walker, khaki Kevin Walker, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll start us off.
All right.
I'll start us off on a little light one first. Okay. What's more likely, repeat Grand Prix winner or repeat DNF?
How so? We didn't have a DNF in Singapore.
No. I should have specified. I meant repeat.
What, you think Charles Leclerc wins it back-to-back, or do we get a DNF?
I should have specified. I meant repeat as far as what happened in Coda last year.
Ooh, that's interesting. So results-wise, in 2024, we got a Ferrari on the top step, 1-2 by Ferrari with Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, and then Max Verstappen to round out that podium. Ooh. Or we get who DNF?
Go ahead and look who DNF.
Lewis Hamilton DNF. I think, unfortunately, it's probably more likely that we get a Lewis Hamilton DNF than a Ferrari.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it this year. Because Ferrari have struggled. The best thing they've done this year is hit a podium, or I guess technically the best thing they did was get a win in China, but they're not upgrading the car. Nothing new has hit this car in the last, 6 or 7 Grand Prix at this point.
Yeah, they've already said they're pretty much standing pat.
They're effectively done. They're moving on to 2026 with what has been reported as a very ambitious approach to the next regulation. A very ambitious approach when it comes to their engine package as well.
Dang, I was hoping you were saying more white for the HP logo.
More white for the HP? Oh my God. I mean, the car is going to be half white, half red. I'm sure F1, historians and fanatics are going to love that. But no, I would say we're probably going to get a repeat. I would more than likely say we're going to get a repeat Lewis Hamilton DNF rather than a Charles Leclerc or Ferrari 1-2.
I'm on the opposite side. I think it's more likely that Charles Leclerc would get a repeat win based on his performance of Coda last year.
Explain that a little bit. What about that stood out to you that you're like, man, I think Ferrari are going to just have it locked in?
I think I would lean more towards that, mainly because there's been a good amount of parity in the last few races, but also Lewis Hamilton himself is not really known as a DNF kind of guy, other than engine issues or car problems. Things just happen. But it's not like we're like betting on Lewis Hamilton. He's not one of our picks for DNFing on P10 quite often. So I would just say that Charles is more of a guy that we could see stealing a win, I guess is the word you would use. So that's why I lean more towards Charles getting a win.
Interesting. I mean, I'm really curious to see how this one's going to pan out. I mean, I would think statistically,
both would be wild. I will say that both
would be very wild. It would change the entire complexion of it would change the complexion quite a bit, and maybe not so much in a championship perspective, but it would at least it would make things
Charles
a lot closer.
Is still in it
too.
Charles is still in it. Don't forget,
mathematically still in it. He was a little bit surprised to find that out, but I would be. I mean, I guess in a way, I'd be pleasantly surprised if Charles did win. It would be finally Ferrari have taken this top step. They've taken the top step in a Grand Prix format anyway. It would kind of suck if Lewis couldn't get that win, knowing how much he wants to win this year with his new team. Just from a confidence perspective, it would be huge for Lewis to win. If Lewis DNF'd here, I'd argue it's probably one of the roughest 3-week stretches of the guy's life. Unfortunate passing of Roscoe Hamilton, a really rough race in Singapore where he got penalized and got knocked down a peg, right? And then to go into Austin and then have another DNF in back-to-back, years, that'd be really rough. And I'm not rooting for it, but I just think it's probably a little bit more likely. My turn here. What's more likely? We get a George Russell back-to-back Grand Prix victories or Oscar Piastri reclaims the top step for the first time in what I'm pretty confident here. I think it's 3 Grand Prix victories or 4 Grand Prix weekends, excuse me.
I'm gonna take the low-hanging fruit. I'm gonna go with a Oscar Piastri victory is more likely.
Okay, excuse me. Technically, he has not won a Grand Prix in 3 race weekends.
So he's overdue. He's definitely overdue. So I'm gonna take an Oscar Piastri Grand Prix victory.
I'm riding the high. I'm riding this high of George Russell, Mercedes. I'm smoking hopium. No, I think about it like this. I didn't expect Mercedes to do anything in Singapore. It's warmer. It's a humid temperature. So far, this regulation, they've really thrived on cooler temperatures, but they brought this wing that kind of opened up their window a little bit. They opened up their ability in Singapore, and I don't know. George found a way to win. He put in some terrific laps. Now he's got the confidence of, hey, I've got this new contract. I feel like it's possible.
Or does he get lazy with the new contract?
I don't think George is the kind of guy who gets lazy.
I know.
That's
just
my take.
with you.
But I like the conjecture 2 for 2 that we don't agree on. I'm okay with it.
Okay. All right.
Ahead.
You want me to go next?
Second. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Stay with me here. This is based on last year's Austin Grand Prix. Both my questions are based on both last year's Austin Grand Prix. So last year, this is just dating ourselves based on how wild last year was compared to this year. Ferrari, McLaren, and Red Bull all finished double in the points. Both drivers from each of their teams finished in the points. So we had double points for McLaren, double points for Ferrari, and double points for Red Bull. Okay, follow with me. Okay. What's more likely? Ferrari and McLaren double points for each of their for each driver, or Mercedes double points with a max win. Or not a max win, but max points. Do you want me to re-explain? It's kind of a lot.
Wait, so Mercedes double points and a max wins, or he just gets in the points?
Just gets in the points.
This feels like you're asking me to set your parlay up.
It's not a parlay. I'm not betting on Formula One. I'm about to move in. I can't be betting. I got to be a responsible adult.
For now. Kind of. I would say, I think that Ferrari and McLaren double points. I mean, I don't know. You're basically just asking, like, are the top 4 going to score points? In which order, right? I would say McLaren and Ferrari are pretty likely to score double points each. I think that the lowest, the most unlikely thing here, or the most likely thing here, is something goes wrong for Kimi, right? Because he's just the most inexperienced driver among, 2, 4, 6, 7, among the 7 drivers. I don't know if he's raced in Austin yet. It's going to be really hot, by the way, this weekend, which I'll allude to here in a moment on our track talk. But it's going to be really toasty. Yeah, I mean, if we're going to go based on things, I don't know. He's also performed really well at Grand Prix circuits he doesn't know. The only ones he performed terribly at were the ones that he was familiar with. You know what? I'll say Mercedes are going to get double points, and Max is going to also get points. I'll go with the latter. I think that if something happens, Ferrari might DNF, like we alluded to earlier. Maybe Lewis grabs a bit of gravel. The McLarens are going to be fighting at the front. Maybe Oscar says screw it to the papaya rules, and finally, we got 5 Grand Prix to go, and I'm taking this beach by the horns. You know what I'm saying? So, I think he's just not taking it anymore. So, let's say there's an incident between the McLarens. Papaya rules have to go out the window. I'm going to go Mercedes double points and max points.
So, I enjoyed seeing your brain work there as you were flip-flopping between both sides.
You asked a pretty complicated question, to be fair.
It was a complicated question, and I kind of felt bad for asking it, but I wanted to kind of elevate from the other
ladies and gentlemen, these what's more likely questions, they're kind of tough. They're kind of tough.
They bring out the best in us. I'm actually going to go with Mercedes double points and Max points as well. Because you kind of alluded to it. Ferrari kind of being the X factor there on the first part of that question. I could just see a situation where Lewis, like you said, catches gravel, has a bad day, some kind of penalty, which has been kind of happening a lot lately, post-race penalties. I could just kind of see one of those situations being the reason why double McLaren points, double Ferrari points doesn't happen. I feel like at this rate, safe to assume Max is going to get the points. And it's really, like you said, it's just going to be kind of up to Kimi. I think that Kimi's going to find himself being comfortable in a Mercedes in Austin. I don't know why. I just imagine Kimi.
He's got the cowboy hat on.
Yes, he's got the cowboy hat on, just completely embracing
Ciao,
Austin.
y'all.
And I don't know why. I just imagine him absolutely rocking it in Austin. And
I mean, I hope you're right.
I don't know. I just for some reason
I hope he kicks ass at the Circuit of the Americas. Personally, you just make my weekend that much better. But
I mean, we need somebody to represent, because Danny Ricciardo was our Texas guy. I mean, he was through and through our Texas guy.
So we're assuming that Kimi Antonelli becomes the Texas, diehard out of nowhere.
It's either Kimi Antonelli or Oscar Piastri, because he did put out a post today eating some barbecue.
Yeah, he likes Austin. He's a big fan.
He said he wants to race in Austin all the time. So it's one of them.
He likes the barbecue. I don't know if it would be good for his figure.
It's either the Aussie replacement or the young Italian lad.
I mean, I'm not going to speak for either of these guys. I think they both probably like the atmosphere a bit, but I don't know. I feel like Oscar might be a bit more of a natural Texas fit than maybe Kimi. That's just my impression, though.
Probably.
All right. Let me round this thing out, though. What's more likely? We get 3 rookies in the top 10, or we get 2 McLarens on the podium?
3 rookies, top 10?
3 rookies, top 10 points finish Grand Prix, or we're going to get both of the McLarens on the podium this weekend.
Can I break the rules and pick both to happen?
No, you got to pick one or the other. What's more likely? It's the name of the game, Kevin. Come on.
I know.
You're a college graduate. Degree pending.
Double pending. I was going to say pending. Double McLaren. You said double McLaren podium, right?
Yeah, so that'd be an Oscar and Lando 1 to 2 to 3.
Yeah, I know what it means. I know what it means. I'm just confirming. Okay. So I see Isaac.
Kimi.
I can see Kimi.
This is where it gets tough. You're relying on maybe Colapinto to finally grab the points, or I know I'm just throwing it out there. We're working back to front here.
Bortoletto.
Or we go Bortoletto to have a really strong weekend, or Ollie Behrman driving Haas, with their home race with the U.S. Grand Prix livery. They've got a little extra pep in their step in front of all the sponsors.
I'm gonna go. I'm going to go McLaren double podium, because McLaren does pretty good in Austin, historically, anyway. Got a lot of papaya here in Texas, I feel like. So I just feel like they're going to, not like a home circuit, but I feel they're going to just feel comfortable. So yeah, I'm going to go McLaren double podium. But I'm
going to push back.
I'm not ultra confident in it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm going to push back. I think Ollie Behrman is probably going to be our make or break at some level. He might be the best
American team.
Haas is an American team. We forget about it with Cadillac on the way, but they're an American team, American owned anyway. And I think that Ollie could very well find himself having a really, really good weekend. I got a feeling in my gut there. But
so you're thinking Isaac, Kimi, Ollie?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I could see either or I could see
neither.
I don't know. I'm really in the middle, but I'm low key kind of leaning towards the rookies. But
I mean, you said McLaren.
I know, it's just a really good question. I'm gonna stick with McLaren, but I'm not it's like the least confident I could be in the more likely category.
Interesting.